Morning, guys. Welcome to Princess Ninja and Keto. Welcome to Tuesday. Welcome to my channel. I have to do a quick introduction because it is 7:21 and I need to report to work in 8 minutes, which means I need to lock up the house, get in my van, and get on the road. It's supposed to be in the 90s today. We're supposed to have ridiculous humidity. So I want to get out there and get as much work done while it's still relatively cool. And when I say relatively cool, right now it's about 76 degrees, humidity. It's already like all my windows have condensation on them. It's ridiculous outside. Okay, so I see I've got a lot of new people here. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for those of you who are coming in during a very difficult time in my life and you're staying to find out what the channel's about. I have been on YouTube for about 5 years. I have over 1,000 videos. When I first started YouTube, I was all about calorie in, calorie out exercise. Slowly over the last 5 years, my weight loss journey has evolved. I have tried Weight Watchers, I've tried vegan, I've tried vegetarian, I've tried low carb, I've tried carb cycling, calorie cycling. Right now, Keto in the Chaos is doing a reverse dieting, which I actually have a whole entire playlist. Last year I did that. I've got some exciting things coming up in my channel. In October, I'm going to go for my first DEXA scan. I'm also going to go for the analyzer that tells you by your breath, by your the way you breathe, by your heart rate, by everything. It tells you what your rested basal metabolic rate is, which there will be no more guesswork according to this test. By the time I finish this test, I'm going to know how much healthy body fat I have, how much unhealthy body fat I have. I think my channel is getting ready to turn a corner and change directions. I am still going to be keto, still going to be low carb, still going to be all of that. I'm going to continue to grow with God and depend on Him to like myself. I know that sounds crazy out loud, but I'm learning to like myself because I never have before, and that's why I let myself get so unhealthy. So no matter what weight I reach, if I don't love myself, I'm not going to be happy. So this is about finding health, finding happiness along the way. But I need to get serious on body. I need to get serious on sculpting my body. I need to get serious. I have these weights that have been sitting here forever because I'm going to do something with them. I keep starting these planking challenges and then quitting. Squatting challenges, then quitting. I need to do something that's going to stick. But I'm going to give myself at least 2 more weeks. Maybe October 1st we start a challenge. It's going to be more of a physical challenge. It's so hard to sometimes be the motivator when you need motivation. But sometimes knowing that people are depending on you to motivate them sometimes is the motivation that you need, right? To stay motivated. So I think I'm going to probably break out maybe a video, maybe start doing weightlifting. One of my favorite fitness vloggers is Big Lottie's. Yes, she's even on TikTok now. I think I'm going to start with the some of the arm challenges. I'm going to start doing those strength training workouts. Because I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do a bathing suit photo. Like a 2-piece bathing suit photo. You won't see it right now. But I'll do like literally have a string bikini bottom. It's for my husband, not for you. And I think I'm going to take a picture in that. And I think just every month I'm going to take another picture, and then maybe, you know, the first of the year we'll see before and after. I don't know, that might be too soon. But maybe I'll just do a year from October to October of strengthening and see what, you know, the transformation of the body. So anyway, well, guys, that's about it for me right now. I've got my lunch packed. I packed some electrolytes because it's supposed to be stinking hot and humid today. I've got my lunch packed already. I'm going to try to behave myself. The scale's already down a ½ pound of water weight today. So yay about that. but I'm just going to keep going. It can't be about weight loss. Right now, it's got to be about getting my calories, getting my sweets, and getting my snacking under control. I've been doing a lot of that since I lost my dad 2 weeks ago. So I've got to get control of that. He's going to help. He is going to help. All right, guys, I'll see you at the next segment. All right, guys, here's my lunch today. It's just a disassembled, bunless, double hamburger. Well, I guess it's cheeseburger because I have some provolone cheese. So I just have 3 little dill gherkin pickles, 1 slice of tomato cut in half. I have 2 romaine lettuce leaves. I have some mayonnaise and mustard, and then 2 1/3 grass-fed burgers. And that is my lunch today. At 11 o'clock, breaking a 16-hour fast. Hey guys, welcome to my commitment to fitness. Fitting up this hill. I didn't take a hard hill today because I had a very active day at work. Just saying. I don't know what's for dinner, so when you see it, you're going to be just as surprised as me. I have been such a bad planner, but I'm in survival mode. And I had somebody ask me to talk about survival mode. So today's video, today's little bit of inspiration is Survival Mode 101. When life becomes overwhelming, when every small task feels like monumentous, when every request, when every just one more thing to do is too many things to do, you have to start shutting down the unnecessary functions, guys. Let's talk about keto, since this is a keto channel. While I was grieving for my dad, I had to say to myself, I don't care how many calories, I don't care how much weight I gain. I did the same thing when I quit smoking. I don't care how much weight I gain. I'm giving myself 1 year. I don't care how fat I get. I am giving myself permission to get fat. Kind of like I did with my first pregnancy. I gave myself permission to get fat. I made my goal and my focus quitting smoking. And I knew that the biggest reason that I had failed at quitting smoking was because I'd start gaining weight. So before I could successfully quit smoking, I had to remove that obstacle. So let's go back to grieving. I knew that food was going to be a huge obstacle. So one of the first things I did was I said, you know what, Melanie? Just keep it keto. I don't care how much ice cream you eat. I don't care how many Lily's chocolate bars you eat. Of course, that would be a big mistake, right? A lot of time in the bathroom there. A lot of this artificial sugar, I wasn't too worried about it. It gives me diarrhea. So I knew I wouldn't go overboard. But I promised that I would keep it keto. But that's all I could promise. That's all I could promise. I'm going to eat a food that is normally keto friendly. Now, there are foods out there that are keto friendly, friendly to a state of ketosis. But if you eat 2 of them, they're not. 3 of them, they're not. But I didn't worry about that. My survival function was keep it keto. And I did that. Now, you may judge me because I ate 2 pints of ice cream in one sitting. Not in one sitting. I actually ate a pint for lunch and a pint for dinner because why not? Grief does weird things to people. My calories were out of control. My carbs were out of control. But you know what? I kept that promise. I'm keeping it keto. That's all I could promise myself at that time. Because that one more thing was too much. Was one too many. That one more promise was just overwhelming. I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was suffocating. And all I wanted was a life raft. My life raft was keeping it keto. So that initial week of just horrible pain and anguish and missing and feeling numb and feeling just like the world is ending. That's all I could do. That's all I could promise. And then when that pain started to subside just a little bit, when the acceptance, moving to the phase of grieving, acceptance started, then it was like, okay, I can do one more thing. I can do one more thing. So we're going to make it keto food, and we're going to stay under 2,000 calories. Okay, that's reasonable, right? I was already doing one successfully, but where I was feeling was eating too much of one. So I made the promise to myself, under 2,000. I got 3 or 4 days under my belt of 2,000 or less calories. And then I said, okay, now I got to grab them carbohydrates. I got to get control of them carbohydrates. So I started counting total carbohydrates again. I had 2 or 3 days of good, and then one big day. Then I went back to good. But now I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable with keeping it keto. I'm comfortable with under 2,000, and I'm comfortable with 20 total carbs or less. No, and even though I have moments where I cry, I have moments where I feel massive anxiety, even though I have those moments, the keto thing got it made. If I did that through the first week of grief, I can continue to do that, and no matter what happens in my life, I can keep it keto. Then I can keep it clean keto. Then I can keep it weight loss macros keto, right? My next plan is protein and fat. So now that I've got the other 3 and I've taken control and I've got that back, I've got my fitness back. Now it's, let's bring the fat down to weight loss fat macros. For me, may not work for you. So now my goal is under 100 grams of fat and 100 grams of protein or higher. Under 1,700 calories. Keep it keto and clean it up. 20 total carbs. A week ago, that would have felt too much. That would have been too much. So if I have any advice for any of you that are going through things, you lose your job, someone you love becomes ill, the loss of somebody, the only advice I can give you is find the one thing that's most important and just stay there until you can do that one more thing, until you can take on that one more task, until one more thing makes you a little bit better today than it was yesterday. And then give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. I'm having to do that. I'm having to do that. It's okay. I am still the same person at 188.4 pounds as I was at 181.6. Same person. Only now I can say I survived it and I kept it keto. That's pretty big. It's pretty awesome. That's very awesome. All right, guys, let me go home and figure out what I'm going to do for dinner. I will see you at the next segment. Guys, so my husband said fend for yourself. What I did was I used fajita seasoning on this grilled chicken breast. I threw in some sweet peppers and mushrooms. I have 2 tablespoons of sour cream and a tablespoon of salsa. So it's basically a tortilla-less fajita. Oh boy, do I have some explaining to do. And this all happened while I was cooking dinner. I began snacking, and anyway, it's nuts, guys. It's totally nuts. But my saving grace is all those steps, all of them, every one of those steps, every one. Well, guys, I gotta tell you, I'm feeling a little silly and a little embarrassed after that motivational, all-inspiring walk and talk. And then I came home and I ate, and my dinner was delicious, but then I ate a handful of macadamia nuts, and then I went back for a second handful of macadamia nuts, and then a third. So as honestly as I could, I did my calories. Of course, we've already seen those, but look at those steps. Look at those steps. 16,444 steps, but just know that you cannot outrun your fork and spoon. Just saying. Exercise is good and it's very helpful, but you cannot outrun bad food. The good news is, eels, my carbs are a little bit high, 12 over my 20 or less goal. My fat is a lot high, so I won't see any weight loss tomorrow. But macadamia nuts is a very healthy fat for your body. I'm stuffed. I'm absolutely stuffed, completely satisfied. So I'm going to leave you guys on that note. I mean, it is what it is. Tomorrow's a new day. We'll get up, try again. No macadamia nuts tomorrow. That's my one thing. No macadamia nuts. You guys, I'll see you tomorrow with another daily vlog. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.